proud to be your host and the conduit for bringing back our first principles, which rotate around God and our Constitution. And we are here to fight a battle, and you know why we're here? To bring our principles back to this country. Now, I'm not going to give you a long speech, but I want to introduce you to our speakers today and a special guest who just happens to drop in here without my knowing it. It was barely invited. How dare him come in here, Mr. Todd Palin. Say hello, Todd.
Yeah, Ames has asked me a couple times to come down here and see his planes. So driving through, drove down from Seattle this morning and stopped by to this great event. Fourth year, right?
Fourth year.
Fourth year. So I just appreciate all you guys getting involved. We've got these midterms are probably the most important in American history, and so we can't take anything for granted. We have to work hard and get new leadership because this country's going down the wrong direction. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you.
Amen. Please welcome our host, Dr. William Ames Curtright.
I thank you. My wife thanks you. I'm so honored to have you all here today and all the different organizations that, if you haven't figured out what makes this thing function, you've missed the whole point. And what makes it function is the spiritual aspects of our Constitution and God being first here, and the spiritual aspects. Do you feel it? Do you feel it when you walk off this mountain and have you seen anything that really upsets you today? Did it feel good, what we're doing here? We're taking our country back. Socialism, I went to Vietnam at one time and we fought against communism, and we really didn't know what it was when we came back. When I came back, I went to Portland State University, and a nice Circle K guy, I met him at having some McDonald's burgers one day, and he said, "Would you like to join Circle K?" And he says, "Yeah." And we started talking about other things about communism, socialism, Marxism, and all that kind of stuff. And he said, "We got all this stuff going on down at Portland State. What are you prepared to do about it?" And then people were burning flags and stuff like that, you know. And so, well, I think I'd like to join the organization. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to hang Joe Uris and effigy and hang a swastika around his neck. They did that over, and the bottom line is that this is the only way people recognized that we were fighting a bad guy. It's a bad ideal. That takes God out of it. When people, watch out, when men start saying, "Don't want to say God," don't want to say that. Oh my heavens. Don't want to say that. You want to talk about God and how great He is and how great this country is. Don't want to talk about the constitutional rights. Don't want to talk about right to bear arms. Did you read the bottom of this flyer I put down thing? And I can't tell you how many times about bearing arms they came up. Let me see, what do they do with that? I don't think I need to read it, but I want to get it right. We will legislate wherever possible. When not possible, it is our duty to take back our government. Abraham Lincoln. I heard statements like that from Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, and even Ben Franklin. Now, what do these guys know that we didn't know? They knew that we sometimes, when government doesn't work, when it gets out of control, that we need to take it back. We need to take our government back, and we're going to try to do it the right way and legislate it. We're going to try to get their good guys back into office that believe in the first principles, that God, freedom, and all these things, and teaching things about the first principles in our schools. And when teachers try to take the history out of our schools, about our founding fathers, then it's time to go. It's time to do something about getting the unions out of education, getting unions out of the state government here in Oregon. Most of you know I ran for governor 3 times. Abraham Lincoln ran for about 6 or 7 times for different offices, and he failed. I said, gee whiz, if I keep going on this, maybe I can get it right. But, you know, Chris won this one, so we're going to back him up best we can. You know, we went, to me, there's no middle ground for being conservative. I'm to the right. Lars Larson's here. Jeff Krupp's a little bit further. But there's no room for negotiation. Don't let somebody say, hey, we got to make buddies with the Democrat over here to be sure they comes and votes for us. We don't want to do that. I'm not for that. I went to Dorchester for many years. Dorchester's an okay organization, but it has never quite made it for me. And so I said, let's start an organization that can meet once a year, and that we'll call it, hey, the Gathering of the Eagles, since we're on top of the mountain and God blessed us with this beautiful place. Let's share it. And that's what we're doing here. It's a conduit. It's been entrusted to me to do the right things with it. And so that's what we're doing here. And we're going to make the money or whatever it does to take. I'm going to earn it, whatever it takes to do it. And this is what we're doing. And when we get together, we have fellowship. Jesus said, when we get together, we have koinonia, we have fellowship. And that's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. Our founding fathers had 27 men, basically, that were pastors during making the Constitution. He said that government should be small, and that people should prosper, that we should prosper. And when people prosper and government is small, we take care of our own. We don't need welfare and government and administrators who don't seem to care about the Constitution. That's my problem with government. They don't care about Constitution, and it's gone. We need to downsize it. So I like to take a $60 billion government in Oregon and convert it back to about a $5–10 billion government, if that. That's where we need to go. What is your mission when you leave here? And I want your mission to be that you communicate, you coordinate, you talk to one another. All of these groups, stop arguing amongst yourself, get together, get your emails, and start communicating so we can take some of these bad guys out. That's what I want you to do. That's your mission. Tell them what you're going to do and when you get into office. Hold your people accountable, just like Tom says. Hold them accountable for what they say they're going to do in the office. Have a lesson plan. I used to teach school. We need a lesson plan. We need a lesson plan for all of you for what you're going to get done if you get elected in office and how you're going to go about getting it done. Don't be afraid of the mission. The Democrats are going to try to scare you. They might even attack you like they did Tom DeLay. It's a form of assassination. When we turn around and look back behind us, we want somebody to be there to help you. Don't abandon your brothers when they're in trouble. We've gone out a couple times this year and rescued some of our people. And I think Tyler Smith is one of our soldiers. Thank you, Tyler. Were you still here?
Yeah, he's over there.
Right over there. Thank you, Tyler. Stand up, Tyler, one of our soldiers. We beat up a couple of rebels. Anyway, I want to thank Jeff Krupp for being here. Jeff, let's give him a big hand. And I couldn't have done it with all the kitchen crew and all these people that volunteered, and all of you are here tonight, which is wonderful. And Tom DeLay for being here, coming for so long and having faith in me, which I've gotten to know this man, and he's a wonderful person, a patriot. And was I surprised tonight to see Todd Palin? All I asked him to do is, gee whiz, Todd, do you think you can come down here sometime? And next thing I'm looking at him in my face, right in my face. He's such a great guy, and he's such a great patriot. I don't know who I love the most, Sarah or him. I want to go snowmobiling with him up in Alaska. He's just 2,000 miles. I don't know if that's a little long for me. I think I'll take the beaver. Anyway, thank you for being here tonight. Don't give up the fight. Don't be afraid. Go after him. Let's win this state back. Thank you. And Bob Basso, thank you for coming here, for being here. I forgot a couple of things I wanted to say. And Lars Larson, we thank him for what he's done for us.
Thank you all. God bless each and every one of you. God bless America. We'll see you next year.